Welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Delia, naturopathic doctor, life schooling mother of 5, natural health expert, and founder of Naturopathically Speaking, a place where you can explore all things health and healing holistically for individuals and homeschooling families. Guys, I cannot wait today to talk to you about this wonder oil that I believe is a must-have in every individual and family's medicinal cabinet on the planet. But before I even get started on that, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification button for weekly videos on expert insight on natural health. Listen, castor oil. It's a multi-purpose, affordable vegetable oil. It's been used for thousands of years. You can find it in many natural health products, from beauty products to shampoos to men's products to facial products, baby products. Did I say baby already? Skin, foot scrubs, lotions, lip balms, you name it and the like. It's found in many of it for good reason. It is so diverse and it does so much and it's so wonderful. This oil was extracted from the castor bean seed from the Ricinus communis plant. It's been around for a while. In ancient Egypt, castor oil was used for natural treatments and natural remedies to treat many ailments such as like skin ailments, constipation. It was even used to induce labor in pregnant women. I've used it for one of my pregnancies. And again, it's found in a lot of products. Medicinally, it is used for a whole host of medicinal uses, much of which I'm not going to go into today. My next video, though, we will. But listen, I'm going to tell you the top 5 ways in which we use it in our home. If you stick to the end of the video, I'm going to give you 2 more ways because honestly, it was really hard scaling it down to the top 5 ways we use it in our home. Really, it was. So stick to the end and I'll give you 2 more than 5. Don't tell anybody though, okay? All right? Anyway, tip number 1, the way in which we use castor oil in our home is for tummy aches and tummy cramps. If you have a child, you know that there's going to be a complaint of some sort with tummy aches. Whether they're too scared, they're worried, they ate too much, they ran too hard, they ate something that didn't agree with their bodies, whatever it was, tummy cramps happen in children. It's one of the most common complaints that you will have in children. And castor oil works phenomenally. It works so well that why wouldn't you want to use it more than any harmful other ingredient that you can use? Castor oil, you pretty much just are going to take it works from infants, newborns, all the way up to adults. It's just fantastic. So if they complain of tummy aches, what I do is I take, depending on the size of the child, castor oil, you take a small amount. If it's an infant or a toddler, you take a small amount and you apply to the middle of the abdomen, and then you rub in a clockwise direction until it's fully absorbed all the way across the tummy, and it works like a charm. It works so fast and it works like a charm. Now, you go up in size as you increase the age of your child, but you still don't need a lot. I mean, from dime size to nickel to quarter size, and maybe for an adult you can use a dollar size, amount. It really works great for most tummy ailments, and it works so quickly. So anyway, with that said, I've got to put a disclaimer in here, 2 disclaimers. One is that castor oil stains. And because it stains, any fabric that you don't want to have ruined, you want to get it out of the way, okay? So just strip them down and you rub their tummies until the oil is fully absorbed, and then voila, you're good to go. It works very quickly on them. Another way in which we use castor oil is for sluggish bowels. Now, we know that the way to have a healthy gut is to make sure you're eating proper nutrition and having the right amount of water and healthy fluids in your body. Right? But every once in a while, we get busy, whether we're traveling, the weekend came and everything was out of sort, and we didn't get to drink the amount of water that we needed, or our diets were a little bit off, or we ate foods that weren't always agreeing with us. You get a sluggish bowel every once in a while, and let me tell you, it works fantastic. The same way with the tummy cramps is the same way. Thanks to the amazing absorption of the main fatty acid, ricinoleic acid is the main fatty acid in that oil. It has great absorptive qualities that make it a gentle laxative when you use it topically. You can use it internally, but it's a very strong laxative. It'll send you to the restroom really quickly. All right, so keep that in mind. Talk to your naturopathic doctor or your holistic practitioner for ways in which you can dose it appropriately to use internally. But topically, it's so gentle and it works so well. It stimulates peristalsis of the intestines, and it allows for a gentle release of the bowels. It's also great for constipation. So if you have acute constipation, it's one of the wonderful ways, again, you can apply 2 to 3 times a day or even 1 time a day. And you just apply that amount depending on the size of your child, and then you can see it really works great for that. If you're having persistent tummy aches or persistent chronic constipation, once again, check in with your doctor so that they can get to the root cause, your holistic practitioner, so that they can get to the root cause of that issue and help you adjust your nutrition and your fluid intake and make sure that you're having all those issues taken care of so that you can have healthy bowels. Tip number 3. One of the ways in which we use this is for dry, cracked feet. Hey, I live in Arizona and it's hot and it's dry in the summertime. And in the summertime, I'm in flip-flops most of the times, okay? So because of that dry, dusty heat, my feet sometimes need a little TLC. Won't you agree? Comment below if you're in Arizona or any of those hot states, those desert-like states, and you need to get a little, TLC on those feet. Well, it works fantastic for that. So I take a shower at night, and then right before I go to bed with my moist feet, my moist, wet feet, they're dry but they're moist, I take a little bit of castor oil. I usually keep this by my bed. It's so good. Put a little castor oil on my hands, rub it around on my feet, through the toes, all around, and then I put a sock on. Go to bed. In the morning, my feet are soft and supple and plump and so baby-like. You can do this for a few days if you have really extremely dry feet. Do it for a few days in a row. You could do it every night, for goodness sakes. It's so good. It's just a great nighttime routine to do. But your feet will stay soft and supple and plump. It has great antioxidants in the oil that allows to have those anti-aging effects. So your feet look great when you're done and they feel soft. Another way in which we use castor oil is for our girls' hair, and even my hair too, to put in our hair. I use the black Jamaican castor oil, however, is the product that I use there. Check in the description box below for links to the exact products that we use in our home. You can purchase that through those links at no extra cost to you. But we use that for their hair. After I shampoo their hair, I put it onto their hair, scalp, and their hair, and it pretty much is so amazing at trapping the moisture in their hair. It's great for hair growth. It's great for preventing splits and breakages. And of course, it is free of all the chemicals, sulfates, parabens, and all these other chemicals that are really not really healthy for our bodies through our scalp and our hair. So it promotes all these wonderful things. And disclaimer, you can use it on any hair type, any race, any hair type. It works fantastic. And it really keeps the hair luscious and moist. Tip number 5. The way we use this, and I left this one for number 5, but it's really important. We use it for eye issues. So eye strain. Sometimes, in this digital age that we're in, we're constantly on our devices, and after a while, our eyes can hurt because of that, and that eye strain comes about. Wouldn't you agree? Comment below if you experience some eye strain and eye issues. Well, we use it for that. You take 1 drop and you put it in each eye, right before you go to bed at night, and you'll feel a little bit of a foggy feeling for a few seconds, really, literally. You close your eyes, you go to bed. It is so rejuvenated. And what does it? Well, there's this powerful antioxidant called glutathione that is found in abundance in the castor oil. And glutathione is known for its anti-aging effects. It is really, really, really good. That naturopathic doctors have used it to help treat glaucoma, cataracts, and other type of eye ailments as part of their treatments. And it works fantastic. So you can use it for that. You can help it to restore the eye, to improve your eyesight. It's great for that. We also use it, talking about the eye, for conjunctivitis. Now, we have a lot of tools in our toolbox as naturopathic doctors, but I'll tell you, sometimes as a mom, you could be a little too close to the fire, and sometimes you're not able to see things too clearly, and so, no pun intended there. I tried so many of our remedies for conjunctivitis in one of our children when they were a baby many years ago, and guess what? The thing that actually worked was castor oil. Now at that point in time, it was they had already had it for probably about 3-4 days already. So the swelly eyes, the puffy eyes, the mucus coming out of the eyes, sealing it shut, the red eyes, it was bad. And so castor oil in each eye, 1 drop about for 3 nights, because by that point in time he had it long enough. It worked like a charm. It cleared it right up. It was gone. It didn't come back. In a case where you have multiple children in the home, what I do, so because conjunctivitis can be very contagious, I do it for everybody because it's so safe. So for them, I would put it into their eyes as well as the person who's infected, so that everybody is well. The person who's sick gets treated and the person who's well does not get it. So that's how we work it there. And if you catch it early, like if kids have complained of scratchy eyes before, or red eyes, or coming down with the cold, or some form of infection, if you catch it that same night, let me tell you, you can nip it in the bud before it even gets started. By the next day, voila, gone. 1 drop in each eye right before bed, and the next day, it's beautiful. So those are the 5 ways in which we use castor oil, at least the top 5. Like I said, there's a whole host more, truthfully, but I had to narrow it down to those. Now, I promised you, if you stay to the end of the video, that I would give you 2 more ways in which we use castor oil. And they're amazing too. Number 6 is anti-inflammatory. It is a great anti-inflammatory agent for skin-related things, like, things that are related to arthritis, joint pains, muscle aches and sprains. You can just use it topically if you'd like, and you had a sporting event for your child and they ran and their muscles are sore. You can apply it to their parts of the body that are sore, and you can apply a hot towel to it or a hot bottle. Make sure and put a barrier between the skin and the hot bottle so the bottle doesn't burn their skin, but it helps to absorb the oil into the skin even faster, and then you can use it wherever. And it works great. It's great. It's an anti-inflammatory agent, and so it just works very, very well for that. Now, the last one that I promised to give you guys is so powerful that I really did leave it for last. Oil pulling. Comment below if you have ever done oil pulling before, or if you've ever heard of oil pulling. Well, it kind of dates back to Ayurvedic medicine. So way back thousands of years, it was used, oil pulling was used for an anti-plaquing event. We know that the oral health is related to our body health. And if you have good oral health, you're more than likely going to prevent having a lot of ailments in your body, right? So we know that exists. Biological dentists and the like, they preach that. It's so important, right? So right between the gum and the tooth is where a lot of the bacteria likes to hang out. If you're eating a lot of sugary foods, processed foods, just in general, you don't brush your teeth, have good proper oral hygiene, those things can affect. It seeps into the gum, gets into the bloodstream, and affects the body. It's related to cardiovascular issues and the like, if not treated properly. Well, one simple thing that you can add to your nighttime routine is oil pulling. I've done oil pulling before. I wouldn't recommend you do it when you're pregnant or breastfeeding, because oil pulling is pretty much pulling the bacteria and the toxins in your mouth. It's pulling it out, helping you to not develop a buildup of plaque around your gum line, and also allowing you to, it's pulling it out. So it's pulling it out into your mouth, into the body. So, try to not use it when you're breastfeeding or when you are pregnant, right? For the toxins that it's actually unloading in your mouth. but it is great as a nighttime routine. And what I really like about castor oil is that back in Ayurvedic medicine, when you use oil pulling, even to today, most people use coconut oil, olive oil, or sesame seed oil. You can use those as the agent, but with those, you usually have to use a larger amount, like 1 to 2 tablespoons of it, and you need to oil pull for about 10 to 20 minutes. When you do that, it's great because it gives you a nice jawline because it really helps those muscles. You really oil pulling it and you spit it out when you're done. Well, with castor oil, you're able to just take a small amount, like 1 to 2 teaspoons of it. It's so powerful. And you only have to oil pull and squish it in your mouth for 1 to 2 minutes. So it is incredible. It outperforms most conventional mouthwashes on the market, and it works fantastic for plaque reduction. And you know what? You feel the effects literally for days after. So it's a great thing to add into your routine. It doesn't take more than a minute or 2 to add it in. So oil pulling is great, and your teeth feel bright. It feels well. You remove the plaques. You have good oral health, and we have good body health because of that. Now, these were the ways in which we use it. There are other ways. Stay tuned for my next video coming up on another medicinal way in which we use castor oil. It's called castor oil packs, but I need an entire video to talk about what that is. It's used as a lymphagogue, and lymphagogues help to move the lymph, which means we get it out of our bodies. We get the garbage out of our bodies. It's really good for that, and it helps to boost the immune system. So things like menstrual cramps, inflammation, liver detox, the list goes on that it's used for, but we will talk about that in my next video on castor oil packs. Look out for it, for the weekly videos. If you really liked this video, comment below in ways in which you or anyone you know uses castor oil. Let us know how you use it, because there's many, 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 many other ways to use it. Trust me, there really is. And you can comment below, let me know how you use it. And also remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification button, and check in the description box below for the links to the exact products that we use. Here's one bottle. I have several bottles. This is my bottle that I carry around in the house. It's my mobile bottle. This one I can carry it for a travel pack. I just got one of those dollar bottles, that you can use to carry it. It's easier for carrying on. And this one is the one that I use for the girls' hair. There's so many different flavors, and it smells so good. The kids want to eat it sometimes, so you can't eat it, of course. You wouldn't want to do that. But anyway, it's really wonderful. See you for the next video soon.